Doug Flynn with that and more, the certified financial planner, co-founder of Flynn Zito Capital Management. He joins us just ahead of Cornell West, who's coming on in the next section. So, keep it snappy, Doug. We got to get to Cornell West.
I'll try.
So Boeing, we were talking about Boeing yesterday. Boeing's interesting, obviously, because of this story with the 737 MAX and the door plug that comes flying off. And what do you make of the way the CEO has handled it? He has done a couple of interviews now, including one today. First, he basically came out and said, he admitted the error, right? And said it can never happen again. I'll put up a quote on the screen. It's nothing more than a reminder of the seriousness with which we need to approach our work. We're going to approach this, number one, acknowledging our mistake. We're going to approach it with 100% complete transparency. Is he going about this the right way, and how much does it matter in terms of business fallout?
Yeah, I think this is a great case in crisis management, actually, because it's almost always the cover-up and not the the problem that causes the trouble. And so if there's no cover-up and you get right out in front of it and you have full transparency, which is what they've professed, I think people understand and accept that things go wrong. In this case, particularly, no one has died. That would make it worse. But they're all over it, and he's out there offering full transparency. And it seems like they're doing it the right way versus trying to cover up and hide it and coming back. That's always worse. So far, so good. I think the stock is stabilizing to see how it plays out.
Yeah, well, a little bit. It was down the first couple of days, obviously, and then I think it was up a little bit today. So, yeah, to your point, at least stabilizing, and we'll see what's next. I want to talk about the IRS as well today. Let me put up a New York Times headline on that. The effort to revamp the IRS struggles despite a multi-billion-dollar infusion. And the issues at the IRS, we look at these IRS issues, 2019, 500,000 amended returns. 2023, 1.9 million amended returns. Answering taxpayer calls, phone calls, only 35% of the calls were answered. Resolving identity theft cases, taking 19 months to resolve these self-reported cases. What's going on at the IRS?
Yeah, I mean, they did get that $80 billion purportedly allocated towards them, but it has been decades of underfunding to the IRS, and they are doing some things. We've talked about them, their online programs they're doing to try to speed things up, but this is a backlog of millions of cases. It's really unacceptable if you have to wait. The people, identity theft, you have identity theft, you can't wait 19 months to clean that up. And, I have a personal experience with this. I had bought a hybrid a number of years ago, and they disqualified my hybrid credit, and it was horrendous. It was a very, very poor experience, to the point where in the end, I basically gave up and just paid the money for the credit I thought I was supposed to get, plus the interest, plus the penalties, just because I could never get through the process to the right person to prove up that I was right. I should have gotten the credit. So I think, unfortunately, that's what ends up happening. So hopefully people have a better experience than I did.
Yeah, exactly. From the IRS to the SEC, did you see this hack that they say happened of the social media account that caused a real frenzy about this time yesterday in Bitcoin? The SEC says it was hacked, and it posted about this. I guess this Bitcoin ETF, was that what it was? That's been, it could have been a real post. Sometimes you see these what are supposedly hacks, and it's obvious it's not, but this wasn't. What do you make of it?
Yeah, they were wondering whether this was like a precursor to what might eventually come, because this, Bitcoin has rallied a lot, and part of it has to do with the fact that everybody is anticipating this ETF to come out, or one of the ETFs to come out, or more, so that it's more mainline in terms of what people can invest in. So this was, and it gave a little bit of a pop when that came through. So it kind of gave you a precursor to what would happen if that were true. But then obviously when they pulled it down and said they were hacked, it reverted back below and then normalized. But the craziest part about this to me is that X came out and said that the SEC doesn't even have two-factor authentication on their Twitter, on their X. So, maybe they should do that at least.
You might want to think about that. All right, we'll have to leave it there, Doug, unless you're planning on running for president. This is a third-party candidate. I know, see the American flag lapel pin and anything, but so if you're not, we're going to move on and talk to somebody who is.
I'm good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Doug Flynn and the